4 years ago today, September 27th, I decided to take all of the lessons on writing that I'd learned from being a writer for over 20 years, that I'd learned from going to graduate school in creative writing, that I'd learned from teaching creative writing for half a decade at the time, and throw them up on YouTube and see what people think. I started off with this lesson here. This lesson here. My videos have hopefully improved a bit since then. I think the sound quality and video quality and the editing has all come a ways since then, but I know I still have a lot to learn. That said, the lesson that I taught back then, I still think holds. It's all about the secrets of storytelling, and I really wanted to break it down in a very simple format, telling to the simplest construction we can come up with. And that is, set it up, pay it off, and add a twist of irony. Now, set up and payoff with irony, you might recognize that structure as the same structure of telling a joke. Joke telling and storytelling are pretty much the same thing, but the punchline in a story is not always funny. That's really the only difference. You need to set something up and pay it off in such a way that the payoff is satisfying, it fulfills what was set up, but it does so in an unexpected way that adds irony to it. I know irony is kind of a difficult concept for a lot of us. I'll do a different video where I delve into the details of irony, but here what we're really focusing on is situational irony, not dramatic irony where the audience knows something that the characters don't, or verbal irony, which includes sarcasm and other things where you say something that you don't mean, but the payoff comes in an ironic way, which has been set up beforehand, but the setup has led you to think that something different is going to happen, which means that the new payoff is going to make sense, but only in retrospect. And that's what makes for a satisfying story. And I gave a bunch of examples of this. Moses in the bulrushes, where he's condemned to die by Pharaoh, so his Hebrew mother hides him away, and he's found by Pharaoh's daughter and raised by Pharaoh's daughter in Pharaoh's household, and nursed by his own mother as a servant in that household, grows up thinking he's Egyptian, realizes that he's a Hebrew when he comes back, and later on, with the help of God, overthrows Egypt. The ironic payoff is pretty obvious there. Oedipus Rex, similar thing, where he's trying to avoid his fate, and by trying to avoid his fate, he forces it upon himself. He accidentally kills his father and marries his mother while trying to avoid doing that very thing. This has been the case for storytelling since the dawn of time, and it's still the case today. You need a setup and a payoff with a twist of irony. So my homework assignment for that video back 4 years ago was for you to try to tell a two-sentence story that included a setup and a payoff with an ironic connection between them. If you haven't watched that video, some of it can be a little cringy, but again, the lesson still holds, so by all means go ahead and watch it. But see if you can do this yourself. If you can do a two-sentence story, one that sets things up, another that pays things off, and another that adds twist of irony. I just rewatched that video and showed it to my creative writing class to kind of introduce them to the prospect of storytelling. And we all did this homework assignment, this exercise. This is what I came up with. A kid forgets to study because he was up playing games all night against his online rival. So he cheats and copies his answers from the smartest kid in class. Payoff. The smartest kid in class can't think straight because he was up all night gaming against his online rival. So both kids failed the test. Notice what was set up, what was paid off, and the ironic connection between them. The simple version would be, he cheated, he got caught, or he cheated and he succeeded. But in this case, he cheated, he did something that should have worked, should have paid off well for him, cheating off the smartest kid in class, but due to his own actions, playing up all night against his online rival, who we assumed did not know who each other were, he kept that smartest kid up and kept that kid from doing well, thus kept himself from doing well. It's the ironic payoff. There's so many different possibilities for this type of storytelling, but this is the secret to telling a good story. So I hope you guys take that to heart and give that a try. A few more reflections on having been on YouTube for this long. I am enjoying it, but it is difficult. It is a lot of work. My upload schedule is incredibly inconsistent, in case you haven't noticed that yet. That said, this is my 130th video, So 130 videos in 4 years amounts to about 30-something videos per year, or if you break it down, about 2.5 videos per month. There have been some months where I haven't uploaded videos for several months at a time, and then there's been times where I've uploaded several videos a week. I would love to do that consistently, but I have a full-time job and a full-time family and my own writing to do, so I'm doing what I can, but I really do want to focus more on this channel and grow it. I want to bring some attention to some other writing channels that I really like and collab, hopefully, with some other writing YouTubers, because I'd love to grow this community, not just for me, but for all writers out there, because the world needs good storytelling. So if you are here and you have followed me for this long, or if you've just started following me, welcome. I really appreciate every single one of you. I hope you've liked this video and subscribed to the channel, and please post down below your setup and payoff lines. I would love to hear how that works out for you. A little more on reflecting on writing, since this is kind of an anniversary episode. I wanted to talk about my very first published story. This goes a long way back. So I think I'm actually going to do that in a separate video coming up pretty soon, because that's going to take me decades and decades into the past, and we'll have some stuff to talk about, including who one of my first early influences was as a writer. Personal influence. I was actually taught by a very successful author when I was in grade school. So I'll talk about that sometime coming up soon. I've also got other works in the pipeline. I'm going to be doing a collaboration discussing anime with another YouTuber. I'll be showing how the Dan Harmon story circle works in practice. I'll be laying out a story that I actually plotted with that story circle framework in mind, so keep an eye out for that. And I will be delivering a writing lesson from George Orwell. I've been teaching 1984 recently in my literature class, and I'm really looking forward to giving you guys an Orwellian take on the English language. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for following me if you have. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. Got lots of more videos out there and lots of more videos in the pipeline. And until next time, good luck and good writing. Peace.